up and put that in the in the comments, or not the comments, but I'll put it where you can find it, who it was that kind of did something like this. And I thought it would be a good idea. Okay, this is 7.5 inches. If you divide that in half, that's 4 and 4 is about half. So if I do 2 inches on each side, it ought to work. We're gonna see. She did hers a little different. This is just inspired by hers. And I'm just gonna see if this works. It may not. It may not work the way I want it to, in which case we'll make something totally different. And I won't put her information in the on it. And actually, that's exactly, well, oh, it does work. Oh, yay. All right. All right. Now mine's cut a little cockeyed, so I'm going to have to trim it. Well, let's get a paper cutter up here to trim it. That'll be better than me mucking along and making it worse. Okay, I can see where it's cut just slightly uneven there. All right, that works. Now I need to burnish it down so it's really folded. And this is a piece of paper from, I think this was in the freebie from Rachel, but I'm not positive. But I'm thinking that's who it came from. And I like the quilted look. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of make a tag out of this. And I'm going to use my ruler. Well, let's see here. This is about 3.5. So if I go to, let's just make this easy on myself here. The middle would be right here. And I'll grab a pencil. And I think I'm going to make the mark about 1.25 inches down. Yeah, I think that's where I'll make it. Right there. So, what I'm going to do is draw a line here, and I'll cut that in a minute. And I'm going to have to guesstimate on this back one. I could measure it again, but I don't think I'm going to. And I'll draw a line right here. Now, can I cut those straight with a scissor? Good question. I think I can. And those can go in my scrap bin. All right. All right, we have that. And now she put a hidden journaling or a pocket here, and then this would be journaling space. And I don't know if I want to put something to kind of line that. What do you think? definitely want this side to be the top. I think I'm going to make my pocket over here. I don't think this is from the kit, but it kind of goes with it. And it would work for a pocket. I just need to cut it a little bit. Trim it down. There and there. I don't know why my trimmer wants to go AWOL today, but it does. It keeps falling down behind things. Okay, so I'm going to trim it at just a little under 2 inches. Now her pocket fit the thing totally. She put it in before she cut it. And I just decided I wasn't going to do that. I am going to ink my pocket. This is really a fun little project. She had a great idea, and I hope I can find my parts to do the thing that she did, because it was really cute. Quite clever, and I don't know if it's been done before, but she didn't know either. You can see I backed this with a index card. Index cards and file folders are my favorite backing. I go to Dollar Tree and I find their file folders, and I really like it when they have the legal size, and there's I think 2 or 3 of them in a package for $1.25. That makes really good backing, and I think it's cheaper than cardstock. Where's my pin? Pin. Well, that's no good. All right, that's going to be there for a minute. And I'm going to fit that down like that. All right, then on this side, she made a little fastener to come across it to hold it closed. And I thought that was the most clever thing. So I am going to do the same thing, but I don't know what I'm going to make it out of. Hers curved over. If I put that there, would it work? No, I think that's too big. All right. I have to find something that's going to work for this. Let's see here. This piece right here might go okay. Or it doesn't have to be a matching thing. It just needs to kind of go with it. I think that I'm going to use wow, that just barely fits. A piece here. And this is a file folder that I just had. I had used it in a notebook that I'd put important papers in, and I've changed my system, so now it's in my stash of things to use. And I like this part the best to be on here. So, let me grab my scissors again. I'm going to cut there and cut about there. And then it really needs to be enforced, so I'm reinforced. So I'm going to put 3 of them together. Like that. I'm going to glue those. And then I'll see if I want to cut a shape out of them. I think I want the ends of them curved a little bit, but we'll see. could use a glue stick to glue this. I like my art glitter glue. I don't trust my glue sticks. You could use your glue gun if you wanted on this. Oops. I put the glue on the wrong side. Guess we'll have another one underneath there. We'll have 4 of them. That'll be all right too. Actually, this one would be okay on the top. That's actually all right, but I still think I want this other one. And I don't think it would hurt to have this reinforced, because if it's open much, it's gonna start bending. All right. Now I need my awl. And I have 2, but I think I want this one right now. Whoops. That didn't get on there straight. Oh no. Well, I said I was going to cut it into a shape, so I guess I will do that right now. Cut it a little bit this way. Wow, that's thick. And do I want to do anything else with it? Maybe I'll cut it in a point. Just a little point. And I could, well, we'll see about rounding those, I don't know. To try and get them the same, I think would be too difficult, and I don't think my corner rounder will work on it. So, okay, now I'm going to open it up. Now, needs to be, I'm going to put it right across there, so I need a hole in both pieces, and I think I'm going to put it right there. All right, make it a little bit bigger. And make this one bigger, which will be much easier to do. All right, and then I need to find my cute little brads. I found some brads. They aren't the little ones that I was hoping to find, because I know I have some little black ones somewhere, but you do what you have to do. One more peek in there to see if they're not in there. They're not in there. I have them somewhere. But I'm going to use one of these because I want to get the project going here. And that means I need a bigger hole in here. Probably in both of them. That doesn't look bad. A little black one would have been cute, but that doesn't look too bad. I need to press it open. What have I done wrong here? Oh. This is supposed to go over the top. Okay. To hold it down. And that's not going to work this way because there's nothing to hold down. All right. let's call this a failure and see what we can do to make it work. I'm gonna have to, let's see, it's gonna have to go out here further. So I'm gonna go back to it and make the hole out here further. There's always a way to fix it. It's a junk journal. And I can put something over that hole there. Whoops, that's a big one. So it doesn't show. Now, is that going to be enough to... Yes, I think that'll work. I was going to put something on this back piece anyway. So what we would do is fold it like that, and it holds it shut. Isn't that clever? Okay. Now, what to do with it? I need something on there. Well, let's ink it first. And while I'm inking, I'll think of what I can do to fix the hole I made that I shouldn't have made. And by the way, I'm using burnt timber on this. It's just struck my fancy the last few days, so I'm using it. It is a little dark, but I kind of like it in a way. I kind of like the dark. And it depends how heavy your hand is, how much gets on there. So I do want to ink the edges. All right. And I see an area that needs to be trimmed here, where I put that pocket on. I didn't get it on straight. And all the inking in the world won't totally hide that. I need to do some decoration on this anyway, so let's see here. I have, what did I do with, oh, there it is. I was gonna say, what did I do with my ephemera for this collaboration? I have lots of things. I don't know that I have anything small enough to put over that that's not gonna get in the way of it. No, that's not going to be good at all. Whatever I have is going to have to just be here, a small piece. And that one's not small. Now I could put this rose down here like this, and it would cover up that hole. I think that might work. Let me see if I find something that I like better. How about the cake? The cake would also cover it up. I like the cake, but do I like it enough? No, I don't think I do. And that flower just barely covers it up, that flower pot. But I do like that better than the cake. It's either this flower or the rose, and I think I like this flower better, so let's let me trim a little bit off the fussy cut part of this. I find those little scissors. I got these little scissors from Temu, and they are the best little scissors. I also have some from Dollar Tree that are good for fussy cutting. Oh, there they are, right there where they belong. I'll cut this a little bit closer. Okay. Now that covers it a little bit better. I'm going to ink it, of course, because I like to ink it, and besides that, I think it gives it definition. But it is a personal preference. And my earlier journals, nothing was inked in them. Then I watched people inking, so I went out and bought a pad of brown ink, not distress ink, but just brown ink, and started inking things, and I decided I liked it. So in comes the distress ink. I think this needs to be a little darker around the bottom. The pot needs a little more definition. All right. And maybe in there. I had some weird dreams while I was sleeping, just some weird dreams. Sometimes you have to wonder where these dreams come from. It was about my dad, and he'd been gone for a long time, and we didn't know where he was. We couldn't get a hold of him. He wasn't answering his cell phone. Now, my dad never owned a cell phone. He passed away, let me see, 98? Is that when he went? Anyway, he never owned a cell phone. They had them, but he wouldn't do it. My parents were traveling, and they could have definitely used a cell phone because they were out in their fifth wheel, traveling around in their fifth wheel, but that was back when cell phones first came in, and they had reputations for being bad for different reasons, different things, people cloning them, getting charged a lot, things like that. So he wouldn't get one, but he'd been gone and wouldn't use his cell phone in this dream. It was the stupidest dream. All right, since I put something on that side, I'm going to have to put something on the other side. So I have to come up with something I want on this side. That will kind of go along with the theme here. That might work. I don't think so. All right, I'm going to bring it over here. The books don't look bad. I kind of like the little watering can, except it's too bright a turquoise for everything else in this. I don't think I want the cake. The bird's too big. That's too big. That's a tab. I could put the horse on there. Or I could put the round piece on there. I have a cow. I don't think so. Have luggage. I don't think that's going to be on my list this time either. I have boots again. They're just kind of too bright. I could darken them down a little bit, I think. Actually, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to darken them down a little bit. I also got some of these brushes from Temu. And I'll get out my thing here. I'm only going to use a little bit on here to darken them. I just want them not to be quite so bright. After all, if they're garden shoes, they wouldn't be very bright, would they? At least not out in my yard. Let's see how that looks now. I like that better. Yes, I like that better. But I do need to ink it more. I had inked all of these, but not with the burnt timber, scorched timber, and not knowing how much I wanted them done. I want something else on there besides that. Let me see here. If I have a little piece here of, I don't know whether this will work or not, but we'll see. We'll see. I see some people get much finer cheesecloth, and this is the only stuff I could find here was this. And it is not fine cheesecloth. Oh, wait a minute, is this different? Nope. That's the only cheesecloth I have. All right, that can go behind there. That'll be good. I'll get out my Fabri-Tac and hope it'll come out. And it does, which is wonderful. And I guess I'll just, well, might as well just use the Fabri-Tac on this because it's going to be on top of the cheesecloth. And then I need to make a decision about the inside of this. If I'm going to put something on the inside of it or not. And I'll probably trim that up. Maybe, maybe not. All right. I'm kind of sorry I didn't have a pinker color here. I thought it went real well, but that's okay. It'll be fine. Doesn't matter. All right, I have to cover this with something because of the brad there. So do I want to cover it with ephemera or a whole piece of paper? Could put something cute on it like that. And I probably need to put something over here. Don't want the boots again. No, I don't think I want the bird popping up there. It's cute, but I don't think I want it up there. Put the little bunny over here. And the lamb there. Or I can put this piece of cake that I keep diddling about on everything over here. I think I'll do that. I think the cake goes there. That looks like the place for the cake. And Oh, does this, you see if this moves around? Oh yes, it does. It moves around with it. So whatever I put on here is going to have to be glued around the outer parts only. Can I do that? Let's see. Well, that doesn't work as well as this would. This would work better. I think. Let's try it. This is trial and error here. Oh, I know what I could do. I can cut off the tips of these brads. They don't need to be that big. I said that, they won't cut off. There. I don't want them flying in my face. I have glasses, so it's not like they get in my eye, but who wants one of those hit me in the face or going flying somewhere else? All right. Now I can mash it back down, and I can glue the piece of cake on there now. It just needs to be glued on the outside and leave the middle open. Or, I have an idea. I could have made this neater. Those are my junk scissors. I can glue this just lightly around here, and I think that'll still move. I'll just put that on there anyway, and then put this over the top so that my cake is glued down well. And I want it glued over the hole that I made. It shouldn't have been there. All right. Now, what do I want in the middle? I think this is too plain. It needs something. And what is it that I want there? Let me see if I have a piece of paper from the kit that would work. I have lots of paper from the kit. What do I have that'll work there? That's too small. Actually, you know, that would be a good place for a tag. I think that's going to be a tag in there, and I will look right here for a tag. I have a whole bunch of ephemera tags made up. Hopefully I've got a tag big enough for that. Now that one doesn't come from the kit, but you know what? That works. That works. Let's stick that in right there. It almost works like a belly band, and it gives it something in the middle. All right, that's not heavy duty enough for me, so I am going to glue it to something just to give it a little bit of backing, and I will try a glue stick. I just don't trust these things very well, but I will try it. And if I later need to do more with it and glue it with my art glitter glue around the edges, I will do that. But this is gooey. This one's gooey today. All right. I want to get it as close to the corners as I can so I don't have to trim as much. Because basically, I'm lazy. And I don't like to trim and do fine work like that. Oh, there it is. There's my... Spread that glue out. And already I'm having trouble. I didn't get it down to here. How come I didn't get it down there? And I still haven't found my pin for my glue. Which means I'm going to have to go get another one. I keep losing the pins I put in my art glitter glue. All right, I'm going to get my cutter out because it'll be much better than me trying to trim it by hand. Love this backing paper. It's from Amazon. It's called writing paper or something. It's kind of yellowish. Has a good texture, holds ink real well. I use a fountain pen in my personal journal and it writes on it and it doesn't have a problem. So I'm very happy with this backing paper. And now it needs to be inked and we are done, I think. Oh, I might put a tab on the top of this. I have some tabs here. So I'll put a tab on the top of it. And then we have writing paper inside, writing places inside. We have a pocket. I've got to put something in that pocket. I forgot about the pocket. Let me get the tab. I have pink and striped. I think I'm going with the striped. Maybe the pink would be better. That one's not quite the right color. I don't know that this one is either, but I like it better. Yep. But once again, this is going to get dulled down just a touch. Too bright a pink for this tag. Okay. Okie doke. We're working here. Getting to the finish line. I went to Dollar Tree the other day and they have these little squeaky toys. I know they're made in China. They're for dogs. I should preface that. They're for my little dog. I know they're made in China, but she loves the little squeaky toys. So I always end up buying her some. She has a whole stash under the bed. Sometimes I don't see, oh, I was going to put something there too. Sometimes I don't see them for a long time. I don't see the toys. And then all of a sudden it'll pop up. She'll pop up with a toy I haven't seen for a while. And I think, oh, I didn't remember she had that. I don't like the light little lamb on there. It doesn't show up much. And that's a little too big. I could do that one, but I'm going to put something behind it. Maybe some book page. Okay, I like that. I have to tell you, that fan feels so good. I love the air moving around where I am. I'd love to open my windows, but it's just too warm outside still. I like the fall and the spring when I can have all the windows open in the house and have the breeze coming through. And I think I'm going to put that, since it's straight, I'm going to put it right up against there. And then put this over here. Yep. But it's okay, I don't need fall to come real soon. I'm okay with it being warm. Okay, now I need a little something to put in the pocket. Oh, now I've got that, and I can cut that down. Let's see, this needs to be, I'm going to keep the blue part of it, and it needs to be cut probably right about there, and might work all the way. Well, I'll cut it there because it's glued on the bottom. And we know what glue does to our... Now, I marked that. I know I marked it. I think that's it. Oh, I love it. I marked it with what I thought was a good big mark, and I can't find it. Okay. Now I need my corner rounder. Oops, knocking things off the table here. I don't know where my other corner rounder is. I guess I'll use this one. All right, that seems to work fairly well. Oops. Let's make sure it fits before I do anything else with it. Oh, it's just a little bit too big. Phooey. Oops. Came unglued at the bottom. Well, came unglued everywhere. And it's going to be a little bit too big for that to close, so I'm going to have to cut it on the side too. Let's see if we can do it backwards. All right, and back to the corner rounder. I'm determined to have these corners rounded. Well, that one didn't do a very good job because I didn't get in there very good. Okay, let's glue this back down. Without the pin, I'm afraid it's... Oh, there it goes. I was afraid it was going to be dried up. And I'm going to push the glue out that way and that way, so hopefully it doesn't get in the middle. And that's going to go in there in a minute, but I'm not going to put it in yet because tab there. I want to put something on it. I don't know what, but I want to put something on it. Can't have a plain tag. Oh, I know what I can do. I can get a butterfly out. Or a flower. I could put a bright yellow flower on it. And I kind of like this booklet thing because you can try them out before you put them on. I don't know whether I like that or not. Let's see if we have something else back here. Oh, that almost looks like the ones that are on there. I think I'll do that one. Oh, and it's down here, not there. I need my pokey tool. Because these are little stickers. Oh, I'm going to put a couple of those on there because they are a lot like the ones that are already on there. Very cute. Let me see. Maybe this little one here. Maybe this little one here. All right, we're going to call that good. I still would like to find my butterfly. Well, let's see how this goes.